Battle of Brandywine took place right here at this spot right here where we're standing. On the morning of September 11, 1777, General Howe and Lord Cornwallis were right on this ridge. The ridge extends about a half a mile to the east and about a quarter of a mile to the west. Now to get to this spot, they had to travel from Kennett Square, which is 13 miles, due west. They had to make this trek in the morning. At 5 in the morning they left. They traversed to this point, at which time the American Army was knew that they were coming. The American Army was right over, see where those woods are. That's the last of what's left of Worcester's woods. Just that little patch there. Over in the distance, it's Chad's Ford, where Washington had his army of about 9,000 Pennsylvanians, Virginians, and many other militia. This spot where we're standing right here, General Howe and his army were completely exhausted from the trek. They left at 5 o'clock in the morning. They arrived at this spot, which time they took off their hats, they laid down, and all of them were in ranks, starting all the way down about a half a mile down. They actually took a break for about 45 minutes to an hour. During that time, it was late in the day. It was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, during this time, you're pretty tired at 4 o'clock. You just trekked all those miles to get to this spot to outflank your enemy. So, they all of a sudden, in the distance, about a mile away, General Cornwallis and General Howe are on horseback right here where we're standing. They see an American army of about 4,000 militia from General Sterling and Sullivan forming over on that ridge. Now today it's a little different. Today we like trees, but back then this was complete farmland. Basically, much as it was today, what you see here. All these woods wouldn't have been here. You'd be able to see to the ridge about a mile away. At which point he saw all these troops just amassing in formation. They were coming in formation. They were lined up and getting into a line. 17th century, 18th century warfare, they stood in a line and they fired at each other at about 100 yards to about 200 yards. Okay, when Lord Cornwallis and General Howe saw this, they ordered a formation of their troops. Now this wasn't an easy task. They had to have certain troops in certain positions. This is how the wars were fought back then. The British Grenadiers were the elite of the elite. Now what they did is they had these large bearskin caps, and a lot of them were taller men. They were the bigger guys. They would have been lined on the right of the line. So basically, I'm going to pan and I'm going to show you basically where the British Grenadiers were.